You ever been scrolling online and you just stumble across something that makes you stop and go, wait, what? You know, a piece of text that's so jumbled and so strange it feels like a secret code or a message from another dimension? Well, today we're going to unravel one of those digital mysteries, and our first piece of evidence is a weird one.
So get this. This is an automated transcript of a song totally generated by an AI. And it is this bizarre, almost poetic mix of legal jargon, romantic declarations, and, well, just total nonsense. So what on earth is actually going on here? At first glance, it's completely baffling, right? Are we in a courtroom? Is this some kind of passionate confession? What exactly is the AI trying to tell us with this? Let's put on our detective hats and figure this out together.
Okay, so our first step is to act like digital archaeologists. We've got to sift through all of this noise to find the actual signal, because buried inside all that chaotic text are clues that can help us piece together the real story. And check this out. If we start pulling out just the parts that actually make sense, a pattern starts to emerge. All of a sudden, we have these clear phrases like, hello, hello, he stole my heart and your honor. See? It's not just random noise anymore. There's a real structure hidden in here.
And when we start grouping those phrases by theme, the central conflict becomes super obvious. On one side, you have all the language of a courtroom, and on the other, you've got the language of pure romance. The AI seems to be weaving two completely different worlds together into one.
So this strange but really compelling idea starts to take shape. Is this transcript actually describing a courtroom for a crime of passion? It seems like we've stumbled upon a metaphor. But why did the machine create this in the first place? To understand the why, we need to look at the ghost in the machine itself, the artificial intelligence that generated this whole thing.
So all of this was created by an automatic speech recognition system, or ASR. Its job sounds simple enough. Listen to audio and turn it into text. But as we can clearly see, simple doesn't always mean easy, especially when you throw music into the mix.
But hang on, that only explains the words it did get right. What about the most confusing parts? You know, the sections that are just labeled foreign speech or a complete jumble of letters. What's going on there?
Well, ASR systems are trained on clear, conversational human speech. Music is basically their kryptonite. You've got background instruments muddying the sound, lyrics that might be in a whole other language, poetic phrasing you would never use in a normal conversation, and absolutely zero context to help it guess.
And when the AI gets completely lost, this is what you get. This gibberish is literally the sound of a machine giving up. It hears something, maybe it's a musical riff, maybe it's a word it doesn't recognize, and this is its best guess. It's the digital equivalent of a shrug. Okay, so now that we understand the clues and the limitations of our little AI transcriber, it's time for the big reveal. Let's take those pieces we found and reconstruct the story the song was actually trying to tell. Putting it all together, we can now see the song's story. It starts with an arrival. Hello, hello, here I am. Then comes the accusation. What's the charge? He stole my heart. A verdict is reached. He's the thief of heart. And finally, the sentence is handed down. 1,000 kisses with honey-dipped lips. And there it is. The mystery is solved. The AI, in its state of total confusion, accidentally transcribed a really beautiful metaphor. It's a story where love is a playful kind of trial, and the sentence isn't punishment at all, but affection. You know, this little digital detective story, it reveals something much bigger about the relationship between art and the algorithms that are becoming a bigger and bigger part of our world. What really gets lost in a machine's translation? And this, right here, is the key difference. A human listener, they hear a love song and they understand the feeling, the metaphor, the art behind it. The ASR system, on the other hand, it just hears sounds and transcribes words. It has absolutely no concept of the meaning behind any of them. And this really gets to the heart of the matter. The technology is incredible on a literal level, but it completely misses the point. It can process the words, but it can't understand the human heart that created them. In the end, buried in all that garbled text, the AI did manage to capture the song's most simple, repeated plea. It typed the word love over and over and over again, without ever understanding what it truly meant. It leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. As these technologies become more and more advanced, what parts of our human experience, our art, our love, our poetry, will always remain just beyond their grasp, forever lost in translation?